Catch my board on fire. There we go. Woo! Hey YouTube, this is going to be part 3 of my backpacking stoves. And when I first originally started filming this video, it was going to be the burn test for just this. But I decided to do a burn test on all of them. So the video for this might not match up a whole lot. I'll do the best I can, but what I wanted to do is go through each of these and time them and see how long it would take to boil 2 cups of water. I'm using cold water out of my tap. I'm letting the cold water run for a little bit and then using 2 cups of cold water. I'm going to be using my small Coleman Max pot. And then for the alcohol stoves, I'll be using heat as my fuel, and the times may vary. It is room temperature in here, 68, 70 degrees in the house, and then what type of stand you use, that may make a difference. So this is just an idea of how long it will take to boil 2 cups of cool water with what I have. So we'll go to the first one, which is this the Swiss stove here, and then we'll go on down from there. So let's get this fired up here. Put the stand on there. Lights up nice and fine. I have here 2 cups of cold water right out of the tap. Let the cold water run, and we got that on there. We'll set our lid on there. And I don't know if it's going to do it. Let's start the timer. So I'll come back to you when we reach a boil, see what time. Well, see, we're here at 9:50, and we just reached the boil, so close to the 10-minute mark. I got everything shut down here, water dumped out, but I just wanted to show you, to turn on the light, the soot that this thing leaves on the pot. I mean, it is a nasty burning thing. So, yep, it leaves a really nasty soot on there. Here I have the homemade cat food can. Like I said, with this one, you kind of want to let it warm up a little bit. Get that middle a little bit warmer. I have my cold water here, cooled down my pot, so my pot was nice and cold. And I am using pretty cold water for this, so like I said, your water temperature, your outside temperature, it's all going to vary. Different fuels burn hotter. Let me get this on here, see if we can get it to bloom and get going here. There we go. Got her blooming here. Gonna reset our stuff. Get this going. Put this on here. See how our cat food can works out. Alright, we're at a boil here. And the cat food can is around 7 minutes. Very cool. 7 minutes. Alright guys, here's my favorite. This is the aluminum bottle stove that Mr. Old Clunker gave me. And let's start this up. This is another one that you want to bloom out. Give it a minute to warm up and start its little processes down here. There we go. She's all set. So I got my cold water. I cool off my cooled off my bottle here. Got that on there going. It is going, just the flames are like real low right now. Starting to pick up now. This takes a minute. It's got to warm up. So I'll get the lid in here. See how long this one lasts. Alright, got a boil on this one, and we are around 8 minutes. Alright, took me a few minutes to get this going here. Had to prime it. I gotta get my board put out here. Put our penny in the center there. All these start lighting out pretty good here. Put my stand on. Like I said, I got my ice cold water here. Put this on here. And we will start this one. Alright guys, got a boil here. Whoa! And about 6.5 minutes. Best time yet on the penny stove. Can you believe that shit? Very cool. Okay guys, different plan. Instead of using the grill top or this that sets up really high, I found a shorter piece that kind of fits on there, kind of just rests on there like that, and That'll give us about an inch off the top there, and it should rest down there okay. So light that and get that going. Get our water on there. So yeah, that little ring right there that just rests on top of that, that'll give us a good start here. So got my cold water. I'm gonna start from 0, put the lid on here, and try not to burn the house down. Alright, we got a boil. This stove, 6.5 minutes with the little Snuffs rope can. Alright, camera went dead before I got a chance to finish this one, so I'm just gonna get this on here and do it one more time here. Oh, got that. Got our water cold. And I didn't fill it up as much this time. Hope I have enough in there. But let's see here. Start that out. There we go. It was about a minute, or 650, around 650 when it started to boil. And I'm thinking a lot of your boil times are going to depend on your stand too. How well a stand you have, the height away from the bottom of the pot, how it blooms onto the bottom of the pot. Is going to make a real big difference. So this is not the optimal stand that I would have for this stove, but you can see what it did with this stand. Alright guys, I'm going to give my Trangia one more go at this because I was really disappointed with the outcome of this. Normally it does really well. So what I'm going to use is the stand to the Swiss Army stove here. Stand that goes on that. And this kind of barely balances on there. This works out pretty good. Make sure this is going good before we do it. Let's get her nice and hot. Get it started. Flames are going good. Only thing I don't like about the stand on here is it just barely fits on there. You know, you bump it or whatever and you don't want to spill your pot or anything like that. So we'll redo this one real quick and see how it goes. And I got one more little one to show you. Alright. You can start to hear it. And you can see the flames are a lot better than when it first started out. You get the stove to heat up here. There's a boil. about 720. So the stand definitely made a difference there. Alright guys, I knew I had a can of Sterno here, which I wanted to compare with the Swiss Army gel. And this stuff's been sitting a while. It might not even light. There we go. I'm going to use a stand for that. So I'm gonna let it warm up for a minute. Alright, I give it some time. I let it heat up nice and hot here. So just to get the can going and put the lid on there. And get it started. Well, to give it a little bit more fair shake here, I still got the timer running on this, so hope you guys don't disqualify me. But the flames are barely coming up, so whoop, I decided to go with a shorter stand here. And seems to come up a little bit better. The other stand is a little tall. Flames were barely reaching it. And like I said, I don't know if it's old Sterno or it was about 3/4 of a can, so. Alright guys, the Sterno, and let me just show you how long it's been. And I did give it a fair shake by warming it up, and it's just now coming to a boil. And as I take the lid off, you can see it's not boiling as hard as, yeah, see, it just kind of peckers out a little bit. But I tried to give it a fair shake, get a lower stand so it was more on the heat. So there's your Sterno. Alright guys, my final conclusion on boiling water. And I'm sure different fuels make a little bit of difference. But what I think makes the greatest difference is getting the perfect height from your flame to the bottom of your pan to where the flames just want to just creep over a little bit, so you're heating the whole surface edge of the bottom. And you get your flames creeping up on the side and everything. It seems like it takes longer to get your water to boil. This is like the Trangia. I used this and versus, and I switched to this, and it made at least a couple minutes difference. It's just that perfect, that sweet spot height for whatever stove that you're using. They all worked good, with the exception of the Sterno. And with my experience in Boy Scouts, that was like the first alcohol type fuel that we used, and it's always took a long time for Sterno to boil water. So I hope this has helped you guys out some. Like I said, this is not a definitive review or test. There's a lot of factors that play into it, so you just gotta have to find the right stand and the right stove that suits your cook system the best. So with all that said, everybody, I'm gonna get my priorities straight. Everybody, take care.